The biggest contributor to your credit score is your payment history. And for a lot of us, it's simply that we forget to make the payment. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaycee. When you're around here, please like and subscribe. Today I want to talk to you about your credit. Have you been declined for a credit application? Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be able to negotiate your rates with the banks? I'm talking about your interest rate. Have you ever considered what will happen if you had a poor credit and you're applying to some job that would require credit check? Do you want the power, the ability to be able to talk to any landlord or walk into a bank and negotiate the interest rates that you want on any loan that you're asking for? Then you need to work on your credit score. Yes, talking about increasing your credit score to a point where the banks cannot tell you no, unless obviously your income cannot afford what it is you're looking for. But as long as it's based on your credit score, you can walk into any bank and demand and negotiate. You can walk into any bank and negotiate your interest rate. Now, that's easier said than done, obviously. It's not overnight. And don't listen to anybody who says they're going to help you fix your credit score overnight, right? The point here is that you need to work at it. You need to give it at least 1 to 3 months to begin to see significant change. So the biggest thing that impacts your credit score is your payment history, and it contributes 35% to your score. So you want to make sure that you're paying those bills on time. And the best way to do this, one of my biggest tips, is to set it up to go automatically. You set it up on auto pay, then you won't forget. And even your credit cards, just set up the minimum payment to go at a particular date, preferably 10 days before your due date. That is going to make a lot of difference, and it would make sure that you never miss a payment or you never forget to make a payment. So that's the first and biggest impact to your credit score, your payment history. Set up your payments to go automatically. Number 2 thing that impacts your score is credit utilization. So that makes up 30% of your score. So you want to make sure that you're using credit responsibly, which means you never go past 30% threshold on all your available credit. So if you have a credit card that is $1,000, you make sure that you're only using about $300 or less of it. Making sure even if you go over, that you pay it before the due date, so that it doesn't go when they report it to the credit bureau, it doesn't show that you're over. And if you have more than one credit card, then spread your expenses across those 5 credit cards. When you use up to the limit, the 30% threshold, you go to another card. So that's just some tips that you can apply. If you want a longer version, again, check out my other video with full details on what to do. The third thing that impacts your credit score is the length of their credit account. So I made a mistake myself in 2018 when I called the bank and canceled one of my oldest credit cards, and it dinged my score, and my score went down drastically. But again, luckily it's just 15% off. It only accounts for 15%. So, but you want those old cards in your account. It really just shows the banks or the lenders that you know what you're doing, and you can be trusted to manage the debt that you have, right? If you cancel them, it signals to them that you may be irresponsible and you don't know how to manage your finances, and that's why you're canceling those cards. So you want to leave them open. If you don't want to use them again, cut them up with scissors and throw them away, or freeze them. But I prefer to cut them so that you don't even get tempted to use it, right? The account stays open. It's just the fiscal card itself is cut up, right? So that's the third thing that impacts your score. The fourth thing is credit inquiries. So those credit checks, you want to limit that to the minimum, the bare minimum. If it's not necessary, don't allow anybody to check your credit score. That impacts your score by 10%. And the more score checks there are, especially hard inquiries, the more hard inquiries they add to your credit history or credit report, the more you get dinged. So you want to make sure that you're limiting those checks. Unless it's absolutely necessary, don't let anybody run your credit. And then the final thing that impacts your score is credit mix. That one accounts for the remaining 10%. And you want to get a mix of credit. So that includes your having different kind of credits or different kind of accounts, which includes your phone bills, your utility bills, and your credit cards. Then mortgages, those also count. So you want those things because they report to your score, to your credit bureau, and help improve your score. You want all those things. When you pay all those things on time, they report to your bureau, and they basically tell the bureau that you're actually keeping to your end of to do, and that you do what you're supposed to do. You're paying as agreed. Paying as agreed is what they put on there. So they also include student loans. So student loans are a huge part, and knowing you can reduce that to a minimum level where you can actually afford to pay it. That's the 5 things that will impact your score, and if you begin to do them right away, your score will skyrocket in no time, right? But give it time. I said average 3 to 6 months, you should have a solid score. And then if you want the perfect score, obviously, then you continue to do this things, and in a long period of time, it will build your credit to the point where you want it to be. Thank you. Again, if you like what you just heard, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I wish you peace and prosperity. Thanks. Have a great day.